Today on Woodworking with Wes, we're at the table saw. We're going to do a fun little thing. One of the funnest corners to do, or one of the funnest things to do on the table saw, is to make finger joint corners. We're going to show you how to do that today. You know, I get accused sometimes on some of my comments I say fun too much, but woodworking is fun. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the videos that we do, but it is a fun thing to be able to do things and be able to create out of wood. Speaking of which, if you have something that you would like us to create or do on Woodworking with Wes, let us know. Put it in our comments. We're looking for ideas all the time. But right now, let's get started with a finger joint jig. The first thing you do with a finger joint jig, set up your dado set to the thickness that you want to do and raise your blade to the height of the wood that you're going to be using. So we're going to go down just a little bit. We're using just a piece of pine to demonstrate our finger joint jig, and we're raising our dado blade to the height of our pine thickness. This is going to be our backstop for our box joint jig. So first thing we've got to do is cut a slot in our backstop. Got our little slot cut. Now we have to make a pin that fits in here, and it's got to be the exact width of our little dado, which is 3/8 of an inch. So we're going to go cut a little pin 3/8 of an inch and glue it in our stuff. We'll show you how. Okay, there's our little pin all glued in. We're going to give that just a second to dry. Make sure that we're good to go, and then we're getting ready. We've got our little pin glued in, ready to go. The way you set where you want to start is to take our little piece that was the thickness of our pin and put right next to our dado blade there. And then clamp our fence to our box sled. Make another cut. Once you make your initial cut, then you just set your board over the top of your pin for the spacing for your next cut. Let's go ahead and finish our cuts. There's our first row of cuts. Your last pin or finger will probably not be the full size, and you'll want to start your next board so that it ends up right. The way you do that, turn your board around, put your notch over, and then line your second board up to it so that your first cut is on this board. Once you put it in there and hold it tight, pull this one out, start off with your second notches, and then do the same thing you do. Cut your notch, put it over the pin. Let's go ahead and do this side. And look at that. A finger joint. Just like that. And you would put this together, glue it up. If you're a little long on your fingers, then you sand those off, and it makes a really cool looking little corner. Now, you can use different colors of wood and end up with a really cool looking opposing colored corner on your jig, on your box. We're going to make a memory box. I just like this little corner, and so we're going to make a memory box. Stay tuned for that video. I've got an idea that's going to make it look so cool. It's going to be a neat box. But basically, finger joints. Now you know how. See you next time on Woodworking with Wes.